perfect timing. I'm gonna be right back. I'm sorry.
40, 150 mark. So
Moose.
all right, good morning, boys and girls. Thank you for waking up with some morning wood this bright Sunday, February 21st. We're going to be discussing this coming up week, February 23rd, and what's going on. We got some special guests here this week. We got Mr. Hakkd, Mr. Moose, and we got Merlock. I guess we'll go around the table. Have you guys introduced yourselves? Hakkd, you want to start, sir?
Yeah, I'm Hakkd. I play up until now Rep Paladin. I'm swapping back to the Fire Mage, the OG. I'm the co-raid leader for Might and a PvP god. That's a lie. That part's a lie.
Fair enough, fair enough. All right, Mr. Moose, you want to run down a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Moose. I play. I'm the best fire mage in the guild right now in Might. I play various different classes and various games, but right now, mostly World of Warcraft with Might.
All right, good deal, good deal. Merlock, if you want to catch everybody up about yourself a little bit.
I am Merlock Holmes. I am not the best hunter in the guild by a long shot. I am a pet collector and collector of mounts. I get caught up in all the not raiding content.
So you are the best hunter, right? Best pet hunter.
Best pet hunter. Yeah.
Got him. All right, fair. All right, guys, we'll jump right on into it. We'll start with Mythic Plus first. This week we got the three affixes coming up are Raging, and that's of course where the non-boss enemies enrage at 35% health, dealing 100% more damage until they're dead. We got Tyrannical, bosses are just jacked up. They're doing, 15% more damage, 30% more health. It was 40%, but it got brought down to 30% now. We also got Quaking. Basically, just a range problem for us melee. Not really something to worry about. They got the little circles they got to run away from, but again, that's a range issue for those people that play range. I guess let's talk about these fixes a little bit here. I guess, Hakkd, have you been doing Mythic Pluses, or where have you been sitting in your playtime?
Not a whole lot. Most of my playtime has been going into arena, and just messing with other characters. But yeah, I mean, I've got enough of a. Actually, I hadn't done any Mythic Plus on my mage. It was geared up all through PvP, and the first key that I did was a 14.
Oh, jeez.
Necrotic Wake.
Well, did you time it?
No.
Oh, ouch.
Just tyrannical second boss.
Yeah, that's rough.
Screwed us over. It was good
Oh.
aside from that.
Well, I guess, what about you there, Moose? Since you are, I guess, the top mage in the guild, how did your Mythic Plus go?
Yeah, they've been going really well. I've been doing between that. I've been running keys on the mage and running tanking keys on the demon hunter.
Yeah.
So it can be dicey at times, but no, I mean, I think this week isn't gonna be too awful. I feel like Quaking is kind of a non-affix to me.
Well, something with Quaking too is also it doesn't spawn on range characters. It spawns at people from range. So any moment that a healer or range can step into the group and not risk some other mechanic screwing them over, then they can just stay in melee range and not even be
just
affected
ignore
by
it.
Quaking.
I mean, I
fair.
hate tyrannical weeks for sure, but other than that, I don't think. I mean, raging isn't really that big of a deal either.
Raging's
in my
not
opinion.
bad, especially with how good boomies are too.
Right, you bringing
We
a
learned that
druid.
yesterday.
Fair. You bring in a druid, you pretty much negate the raging effect. And then Quaking, you just got one range that can adapt to it. So if you got, like, let's say, like a BM hunter who doesn't have to cast, he can basically negate that whole effect completely.
Also, hunters are still pretty good too, so they've got trank shot. There's a couple
Oh, yeah, there you go.
couple options to deal with raging.
This will be the week of the BM hunter. Bring one of those with. Support the lower tier hunters out there. And then I guess, so Moose, you've been tanking. How do you feel like it's been since that, I guess, the nerf came out? Is life of tank a little bit better now?
Which nerf are you talking about?
So they reduced the overall damage in a lot of basically a lot of events or a lot of the mobs throughout the dungeon, and then also Tyrannical taking that 40% to 30% nerf.
Oh yeah, I haven't had too much of an issue with it, except for when I have heal to death trying to heal me. That's definitely going to be a bad time. But no, I mean I feel like the way that the Demon Hunter plays right now, it's just you have almost a constant 40% nerf on all mobs that you're attacking. So it's with the Fiery Brand build, it's pretty much cake.
Nice. So are you saying it's a Wrestler Druid issue or a certain player issue with the
Wrestler Druid for sure.
Wrestler Druid, okay. So it's not the player ability, it's the class ability currently.
I'll blame the player, but it's definitely the class.
Yeah, they're struggling a bit still.
I believe they've got a big buff coming soon, right? In 9.05?
I think they got a few tweaks. Wild Growth is getting updated, and one of their legendaries, I don't know if it's their main legendary for Mythic Plus, but one of their legendaries is getting buffed.
Nice. I guess, Merlock, you dip your toe into any Mythic Plus this week?
I have not, but I am looking forward to trying to see what this new mechanic is, because it's going to be a new one for me, the quaking thing. I do play a marksman hunter typically, so maybe I'll switch over to Beast Mastery and not feel too bad about it.
I don't think it messes. I don't know if when quaking goes off, I don't think it does anything to marksman casts.
Just
Probably.
damage.
Yeah.
As long as I can time my shots properly, so I can get that rapid fire off or whatever one I need to move.
Well, normally it would be like the circle grows around your feet, and you just have to make sure that you're not stood in somebody else's circle. But normally for actual casters, if it goes off while you're casting, it locks you out. I don't think it does for hunter.
Okay.
I guess we'll do that as a takeaway. This week, there, Murloc, as the circle comes up, throw up your aim shot, see if it interrupts you, so we can report back on what happens
for
there.
science.
Yes.
I know for sure it probably wouldn't lock you out, but I'm curious if it would interrupt the cast.
Well, there we go. At least I can blame it on that when I stay in the circle and mess everything up. I can say, hey,
it's for science.
Lynkz told me to. Lynkz told me to, so I had to do it.
Well, and the circle is actually going to be pulsing from you, so it's not one of those circles you can step out of. You're going to have this pool of effect around you that's going to slowly grow out, and then when it, I don't want to say climax, but that's the only thing I can think coming to the fruition at the end. When it hits the peak, that's when it interrupts you.
Gotcha. All
right. And so I feel like this week's going to be a push week, because as a druid, raging is going to be negated. If I'm tanking, don't worry about quaking. Tyrannical, I think it's in a good spot right now since they took that nerf to it. We just completed the MDI here last night for the Might Guild, and our group, Might Black, who my personal opinion is the #1 team, decided to flex a little bit hard, and we went and did a 7 without a healer. We went 4 DPS and a tank, and we 3-chested it. We may have not had the best time, but I think efficiency, we're at the top there, because we just said, hey, screw healers, who needs them, especially on a Grievous week, which healers bitch about being a struggle. We did without one of y'all, so I think you guys need to get over this Grievous is hard for us thing. And I guess, Moose, you were in the MDI last night. Which team were you on?
Blue.
Blue, okay, so Gold ended up winning it. I think you guys got second, because I think you guys beat us in it. What was your thought on the MDI there last night?
So I think we're actually tied for second, because y'all took third. Y'all took second place on the second dungeon. We got second place on the first dungeon. So Gold is in first, and then Black and Blue are tied for second right now.
Oh, I'll take it. All right.
Yeah. So y'all aren't as bad as you think. No, it was really fun. I think our biggest problem we had was we did 0 communicating about it beforehand, and I literally was running the entire dungeon with dungeon tools pulled up, like, hey, pull these mobs here. All right, let's now pull these mobs over here. Like, there's no or coordinating in it, but it was really fun. Had a good time, and we had a tank that couldn't hold aggro with me, Brawny, and Night Song all pulling mega DPS.
Who was your guys' tank?
Kazari.
All right, Kazari, he called you out. So,
Lynkz, I have to check your chat real quick.
In Discord?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to throw the cameras off as soon as I click over it. You know what? We'll go to the phone.
I'm going to be right back. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we're going to flop the cameras around a little bit right now because he went on a wait. He had an emergency come up, so Hakkd will be right back. All right.
Monsters hit you.
So, Merlock, you were in the MDI also, right? Am I...
No.
No.
Okay. No. I tune in and I watch you guys play, but when you guys are streaming it, but no, I'm not. I am definitely somebody that is carried through the mythics, so I'm in no way, shape, or form ready to compete in anything like that. I'm like, please, just take me on a low-key mythic so I can get my quest done. That's it.
Well, so I feel like if we do 7s again, we can get you into a 7. Like, a 7's not going to be too bad, especially with the skill cap of the rest of the group, because most of the people are doing like the high teens or low teens, I guess, from between 10 to 15. So a 7, I'm pretty sure we could get you through there and get you acclimated to the waters of how MDI works.
I do 6s right now, so a 7 wouldn't be that bad. But yeah, I get taken along on those. It looks like our cameras did get messed up on your stream. You're Mr. Moose right now.
Right. As soon as he turned his camera off, Discord flops it around. So.
Don't say anything bad with my name on it.
So I'm Lynkz, and welcome to my podcast.
All right, fair. I guess we'll call you Hakkd Moose. There. You got anything else you want to talk about on Mythic Plus before we move on?
No, I think that covers it for this week.
Merlock, how you sitting?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, and Hakkd, I'm good. All right, so I'm good on it too. we're gonna move on. All right, next topic: world bosses. So this week we got Valinor up. That's the boss that's found in Bastion. So 3 classes. You're gonna want to get out there, get your Legos. It's gonna be Elemental Shaman, Holy Priest, and Rep Paladin. So Elemental Shaman, you need to get out there. This is going to be your raid BIS, your PvP BIS. It's also going to be your mythic, like number 2, potentially best in slot. What's going on with this? It's called the Wind Speaker's Lava Resurgence. So this is going to be when you cast Earth Shock, you're going to gain Lava Surge. And Lava Surge is basically an instant, lava burst, I believe. And it's also going to do 20% more damage. So this thing's going to be huge. With this being a 4-week rotation, this Tuesday, get out there, get your Lego if you don't have it. Otherwise, you're going to be gimped. You're going to need this. Next one's going to be for Holy Priest. It's going to be the Archbishop Benedictus. I don't know if I can pronounce that right. This is kind of a niche Lego. It's not going to be needed, but what this is going to do is after you die and go into Spirit of Redemption and it expires, you're going to come back to life with 100% health. And then, so it's going to be, I guess, based on the effectiveness of how much healing you do during that Spirit of Redemption. So it may not be 100% health. It's going to be some number based on what your performance is in that little death window. But then after that, it can't happen for another 10 minutes. So this thing was huge in Legion. It seemed like, I think most of the Holy Priests were using this Lego. And it's kind of niche because it's not going to have that huge throughput, but it's going to be basically your cheat death. I guess, Moose, did you guys in Legion ever like use this ability or this priest Lego to kind of cheat some mechanics?
No, I don't think I knew any priests in Legion, to be honest.
Well, so we're talking to Outloon or What the Heals last week, and he was telling me that in Legion, it's kind of like what we do now, where there's a mage that's going to ice block something, or if there's going to be a big stack thing where you got to stack to negate the damage. They'd have the priest go just eat that, use their cheat death, and it would negate that mechanic. So again, it's not going to help the throughput. It's not going to be like high on log numbers, but it's a nice little cheesy Lego just to go have to your collection because it gives you that cheat death ability. Don't know if it's going to work on arenas because it's got that 10-minute duration, but just I guess check the box. With priest, you don't need to get out there as much as the chamois do, but it would be nice to have that. Next one is going to be the Ret Paladin. It's going to be Final Verdict. This thing's a really niche. How do we say that, guys?
Niche.
Niche, I think.
All right, so it's going to be niche on where you're going to use this for. What it's going to help with is potentially going to be in PvP, where if you get disarmed by a warrior or a monk, this thing replaces your Temple Verdict with Final Verdict. So it does damage still, and it does it from a range, and there's also a chance to reset your Hammer Wrath. So it's not going to be ideal where you have to have it, but it gives you ability if you are struggling against those comps that have the warriors and the monks, and they keep disarming you, so you can't basically throw down the hammer like you normally would. Let's see here. I guess, Merlock, you got any questions there on these world bosses?
No, I'm good.
All right. What about you there, Mr. Moose?
No, I will have to level my shaman. He's at 59 right now. I need to get him to 60 and go grab that.
Right, there you go. That'll be that push you need to get going because you don't want to wait 4 weeks and be like, oh, great, now I don't have this great Lego.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, when Mr. Hack shows up, we'll come back around and talk about that. Oh, there he is.
Perfect timing.
Right. All right. So we just talked about this Ret Paladin Final Verdict with you maining a Ret Paladin so far this expansion. I guess, what are your thoughts on this Lego?
So bad. So, yeah, it's just there's so many other good options. Because again, like it's only niche is gonna be in PvP, and even then, I mean, there's so many good options. You've got extra Hammer of Wrath damage, got just a flat 5% haste. You've got a tank legendary just to increase your defensive capabilities. Where this, like, yeah, it's got its niche versus warrior and monk. You could just Word of Glory. It really doesn't mess with anything because the way they're set up right now, a large portion of a Ret Paladin's go, their big burst, has nothing to do with Templar's Verdict. Mostly just the finisher. It really doesn't mess with anything.
Okay, so I guess maybe I'm not knowing what Templar Verdicts is. So I thought that was your, like, what you guys have 5 points, 3 point spenders? I guess I'm not completely familiar with.
3 point spenders. We have 5 points, so we've got the 2 that
Buffer.
yeah, as a buffer.
Okay, and then so is, I guess, Templar's Verdict or Final Verdict, is it your spender or your builder?
It's our spender. So it is big damage, and it is what we're building up to use for the most part. But we've also got Word of Glory, which everybody knows is stupid healing and is why Ret Paladin teams can survive so long. But a lot of their burst right now is just a Final Reckoning, which is the big, like, holy burst they throw on the floor, into a Divine Toll, and that's like the big, just big burst. And it is usually followed up with the Templar's Verdict. So there is that niche where if there's a good warrior or monk, that's when they disarm you. In which case the follow-up burst would be nice, but you can do it every minute, so you can just shift to defensive mode, use your holy power on Word of Glories, and then continue with your go. It's also wings lasts 20 plus seconds, so a 5-second disarm isn't gonna screw your go.
All right, folks, you heard it there. Hack says don't waste your time. Go out there and get it for the books, but don't make it a priority. So
I wouldn't even
Elemental,
make it.
Elemental Shaman, get out there. Holy Priest, yeah. If you got some time, Ret Paladins, just stay at home. Go do something more important like Battlegrounds. Just melt people. Because
On the Holy Priests there, that legendary is actually pretty good for progression.
okay,
'Cause I believe it has a mana return on it too, so you could even just have your Holy Priest bomb and heals, and then Suicide bomb heals during Spirit, and come back, and that was always an option too.
there you go. So, Holy Priest, if you guys are trying to prog on Sire, grab this. Need some mana. Jump off the ledge. Wait, can you jump off the ledge and do you come Spirit form back in the top, or how would that work?
That I don't know.
Okay, Holy Priest, maybe don't jump off the edge, or try it, but don't tell your raid leader. Just try it
For
and hopefully
science.
it knows. Yes, and then report back to us in the comments next week. Let us know if it worked out. Let us know if you got kicked from your guild. Either way, we look forward to hearing from what happened. All right, and I guess while we're on that, that's a good segue into the raid topic. We got this week's Hate to See It clip of the week, brought to us by a repeat. We'll call him a repeat offender because he brought us a clip a few weeks ago. We got another one from him. Let's switch over to the video. This is from Mr. Tokeru. They are working on killing Sire right now, and this was earlier this week. So right now they live in Texas. Their house lost heat. Their pipes broke. So we got Mr. Tokeru and his fiance there, Miss Berry, working out of a hotel playing this as they try and progress on AOTC. Let's take a look. You guys are able to see that clip in Discord there, right?
Yeah, I got the stream up. I'm ready to watch it.
Oh, yep, got it.
All right, Moose, you're good?
Yep.
All right, let's roll it.
Ignore for now. Ignore. Mustang. I knock back.
Brutal.
Immune! Immune!
We actually got
Damn.
those seats.
Go, 300k.
Evasion!
No.
Evasion take, baby!
Tiggy's up. Seeds.
I'll come up!
Oh
God, that
man.
was so close.
So we need an extra cooldown on that last, that hand that fucking killed everyone.
That was so close!
Wow.
Ignore for now. Ignore. Mustang.
Wow.
I knock back.
What the fuck just happened there? what?
Throw a quick headbang in.
Yeah.
Right, so right there he died, and he went into seed form. So that's where the first jolt of anger came from. But then he realized he had seeds, so he had a second chance. So came up, tried the evasion tank. 1% wipe on this thing, and I think it took us...
Ouch.
It took us 70 wipes, or 70 attempts. I think they're at like the 140, 150 mark, so...
Bruh, I would die.
They've put in some time here, so... And then to come that close.
See, the problem is they didn't have a ret pally that could just bubble and clear that last
Yeah.
0.4% for us.
Uh-huh. No, dude.
Act with the clutch kills always.
Yeah. So my Shield of Vengeance killed the boss, actually.
Really?
I don't know. So, so I pop Shield of Vengeance, and I'm standing in the existing red shit when the last pie piece explodes, and I'm just going for a second, and then my shield pops, and me and the boss both fall. So I went through the logs, and the last thing to hit the boss was Shield of Vengeance popping.
Wow.
So good.
The killing blow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they actually do have a Ret Paladin. Their GM is a Ret Paladin. So let's throw that out there. Brood, follow Hack's lead, carry the group. You need to get that final kill. There's no excuse being a Ret Paladin because he can do it. You should be able to, sir.
I can do it. You can do it.
If he can do it, anybody can.
I don't know. This got some mad skills with that headset ability too. That was pretty neat. It looked like he flipped it on and off at the same time. It's amazing. Really in that clip.
Right, one smooth move that he caught it, threw it back on, and kept going.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, let's talk about the raid right now. So we got some numbers here on the raid. As of last night when I looked it up, 220 6 guilds have cutting edge. That's 31 more from the week prior. Out of that, I guess, what do you guys, out of the 226, we'll start with you there, Moose. How many of those 226 do you think are Horde?
Too many.
Too many.
I'd probably say over 75%. So out of 220, maybe like 150, 125.
125, 150. All right, Merlock, how many are you thinking?
I'm thinking about the same, if not more, would be Horde.
All right, Hakkd, what number you got?
Yeah, I'd always bet at least 80%.
So,
I'd say 226, 170, 180.
all right, so it was 180. So out of the 226, 180 are Horde, 46 are Alliance. And even the progression week over week numbers. So Horde jumped up from 157 to 180, so 23 more knocked it off. Alliance made one of their best progression weeks though so far this tier, because they went from 38 to 46, so 8 more Alliance guilds knocked it off. So where we're sitting right now, 50 more Alliance guilds have a chance to get Hall of Fame, and once they finally knock that off, I say they because it's probably not gonna be us. 54 more drop it, then we can start doing cross server, opens up a little bit more, and then once cross server happens, it means 9.1's a little bit closer from finally getting here.
Right.
All right, so I kind of want to touch on, since we haven't had you guys on here before, what are your thoughts so far of the raid, or this castle, this first tier of Shadowlands they're Hakkd? What are your thoughts so far?
I thought it was great, yeah. On farm, a lot of the bosses are kind of annoying, and it's the same issue I have with a lot of the dungeons, that there's too much dead intermission time. So it's definitely, for farm, it's boring as shit. Like Shriekwing on farm, come on, you know. Just those can't do anything phases. But I mean, overall, like especially through progressing on all the bosses, super fun. We hit a lot of, pain points that we were able to just shift strategy around, which was my favorite part of raiding. Yeah, it was a great time. A lot of the bosses are very unique, and there's a couple that we just haven't done before, and it's great.
Fair. So I guess comparing to other raids, like this one was a lot harder too, in your opinion, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What are your thoughts
one of
on
the hardest raids we've had in a while?
Fair. Well, what are your thoughts on the drop rate on the items? Like, especially when you go back through and farm, like, what are your thoughts there?
It wouldn't be as bad. So with Mythic Plus being, another form of gearing in the past, it wouldn't be so bad. But now that Mythic Plus isn't anywhere close to the same gear level as Raid is, it's just why are we even re-clearing when we're gonna get 3 pieces of gear for somebody over the night? Especially for me, like I don't think I've gotten a single drop from Raid that I actually use, besides a trinket, maybe.
Fair. I guess. So, Moose, we'll review then. I guess, what are your thoughts so far on this raid compared to other ones?
I think I've really enjoyed this raid. They've done a lot of interesting mechanics. One thing that I feel like they kind of recycle a lot of mechanics over and over again. Some of the raids become just like how many mechanics can they stack on top of each other. And this one, I feel like with the dance macabre, that's fun. It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
It gets boring after you farm it for 5, 6, 7 times, but it was a really cool idea the first time, and I love
Especially
that.
it's like a kind of Karazhan-ish.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
Goofy
that.
little thing to throw in.
The Shriekwing. So yeah, I agree with Hakkd on all the bosses. A lot of the bosses have this dead intermission time that's kind of janky, but I enjoy some of the new mechanics they're trying out in Raid, and hopefully that'll get them to start doing other things that are unique. Maybe they don't work, maybe they do, but it's cool to see them trying stuff.
Artificer is one of the coolest bosses I've seen in a while, actually.
Yeah, I like the idea of like how we do it. I don't know if that's the correct way, but where we have those two portals set up and you're like fighting against it, and then you have to let yourself get dragged in at the last second to get ported back out of the wipe mechanic.
Dude, I was looking into Mythic. You can't do that on Mythic.
Oh no!
You have to have the portal on the other side of the room.
Eeh.
Yeah.
So wait, you just have to outrun the...
Yeah, you have to, because on Mythic, so you get the first phase, which is spirits, and then second phase you have seeds and spirits, and then third phase you have the suck, spirits, and seeds. So you have all of the phase mechanics going off at once.
Oh wow!
So you need the portal for the other two mechanics, so you just have to outrun the suck.
So is it stronger in Heroic than Mythic then? Because I feel like you almost can't outrun it in Heroic.
You can if you get the group stacked up with like a Windrush totem and a roar.
Well,
Just spam Scorch the whole time. That's what I do.
There you go.
Easy clap.
that'll be interesting to see how we do it. So hopefully our raid leader does plenty of research and our code raid leader to figure out how we can get through that one once we get there. All right, and then so Merlock, you've been getting your toes wet a little more in the raid here. I guess what are your thoughts on this raid tier?
I'm having a lot of fun with it. I would like to see more of the raid, but I am content to watch the second part of the raid right now when you guys are streaming it. So I think I've only done the dance thing once ever this for this raid set. Other than that, I think we get up to Kel'Thas for farm raid.
Fair.
So
That's a really fun boss too. Like, there's nothing really unique or game breaking out of that, but I think that boss is just good. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for me being casual, I really like the support that I get from from raid leaders and also from other people in the guild. I think that makes a world of difference for me actually enjoying the content and not being frustrated with it, because I can see, okay, this is what I can do to improve. These are the things that I can do to progress. And for me, it's all about that feedback and learning to be a better hunter. So, because I am definitely not on the top of the DPS charts in farm raid, so I got a lot more improving to do.
Right, and then this is your first kind of tier actually rating, right? Kind of putting some time into it compared to other tiers, or?
No, I mean, I put time into rating before, but usually end up being part of the carry group, honestly.
well, this is also one of your first introductions into marksman, I believe, isn't it?
Yes, this is my first time ever playing marksman, so I'm still getting used to it. I played Beast Mastery and then I switched to marksman with this expansion, and I'm trying to just play marksman with this expansion.
I think
Okay.
that also is like a lot of people that are in our guild that joined in 8.3 with the corruptions, with everything being kind of broken. They're learning how a real progression raid goes now, where it's actually hard and we're not just steamrolling content. So I've noticed that too.
Right. That was nice to see not all the bosses just fall over. So I guess we're a heroic rating guild, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think the goal is AOTC, and anything past that's extra.
Right. So I was looking back at logs from like our prior guild I was in before I switched over, and we usually knocked out like AOTC in like week 4 or 5, but like this week here they are struggling. We saw that clip, like they're 150 some wipes deep, and that's the kind of wipes we put into like the 4th or 5th mythic boss.
Oh,
so
that was 9-manned it?
Yep, that's 9-manned it. So
okay.
We might has progressed faster than 9-manned it. I don't want to say it's because I left, but I mean, like, that's where the numbers lie, right? So,
Yeah,
Yep.
writing's on the wall.
Dude, if I had to put another 70 attempts in a sire, oh, God. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be happy.
right, and
No, actually, so the night before we killed Sire, we actually almost one-shot it that night. We had like a 4% wipe.
Oh, I
Um,
saw that.
And I was actually kind of happy that we didn't kill it there. Because we didn't know it. Like, it would have been just 100% luck, like, stars align, it would have been a gimmick for sure. It would have been one of those just boss fell over because we did not know the fight. So I'm actually glad that we didn't kill it at the time.
well, all right, you've heard it. Our co-relator was happy that we failed, so he'd rather
Yeah.
see us
Yeah.
spend more time together and build that camaraderie and that unity a little bit more in the 2 hours rather than just 5 minutes and be done. So,
Embrace the suck.
Hey, it's better to work and succeed at it after working at it, not get the gimmick kill.
there you go. Right, like to see the hard work being put in there. So Moose, you were talking about the fight, the dance fight. Something I found intriguing about it is how many different orders there were that were capable of killing it. It wasn't, this is the way you have to go. It was, how do we want to do it?
Oh yeah.
Because the route we went was leaving the caster up at the end. I saw a lot of prog guilds do it where they left the guy that makes all the ads come out, which I thought was annoying as hell, trying to kill those ads.
Oh yeah.
And maybe that's just for the parsing side to get the higher logs. There's more ads out, but like, I feel the way we did it was more enjoyable than trying to deal with all those ads. And
I think so.
Cause
Because at first we were killing something else first, and we were leaving him up.
Yeah. We killed
just-
the lady up first.
It's so annoying. Like, those ads spawn so frequently. It's like we don't have any time into the boss right now. Like, it's ads, and then we're playing catch up, doing a little bit of damage to the boss. Then it's ads, and then it was just
Yeah.
constantly on the back foot.
I feel like with our guild makeup, because we're very melee heavy in the guild, that it seemed like it was better for us to just have to worry about that little mechanic of having to move, which is more of an issue for ranged, so it left more melee free to do the damage, I think.
I do like that it's essentially like 9 different fights, though, depending on how you go for it. Oh, who do you kill first? Which mechanics do you want to introduce into the fight? It is.
Build your own adventure.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty cool boss.
right. And we got Heal to Death in chat pointing out that every how-to video has a different option or different way to do it. So apparently it was very taxing as a raid leader to figure out which made sense. Rather than say, I watched this video, this is how we do it, guys. She had to come with our strategy and figure out how to push through on it. So I'm pretty sure that's how she worded it. I'm not completely on the same page as how she worded it, but we got the point across, right?
Credit where credit's due. It was actually you, Lynkz. You whispered me saying, "Hey, what about this?" And then we brought it up. Said, yeah, let's give it a shot.
Well,
So credit where credit's due there.
all right. So me randomly complaining to Hakkd in the raids and whisper worked out. So
No, I mean that's something that you have to do is a raiding guild. If somebody has an idea or knows better than you, hey, let's give it a shot.
all right. And apparently I whispered Heal to Death too, so I got that enraged that I sent out 2 whispers. So all right, boys. Anything else we want to touch on the raid topics? Merlock, anything else from you there?
Nothing else from me here. When you guys talk about this stuff, I know, like I said, the first 4 boss fights, and that's about it. So I'm
Fair.
just happy to be able to hear about what's happening on the higher tiers and learn from the streams from the other people. So
There we go. All right, good deal. What about you there, Moose?
I think I'm good, other than saying that our raid lead and alt raid lead are doing a fantastic job, and I appreciate the work that they've done.
You just-
All right. Clip that. Clip that. Moose is going for a
Clip it.
promotion. So he knows there's 20 spots for that Mythic Raid. He wants to be on that list. So
Yeah. No, all I gotta say is my AOTC. Let's fucking go, baby.
there we go. All right. Good way to go, Might. And I'm Mandate. Come on, get on the same page. All right. Well, let's jump over here to let's knock this out real quick. So this week in the Maw, everybody hates the Maw. Let's be honest, it's not the ideal place you want to spend your time. But this Tuesday, the Shadehound will be up from 9 a.m. Central Time Tuesday to 9 p.m. Central Time on Friday. Shadehound is the hunt boss in the lower right quadrant there of the Maw. You kill this guy, you get a chance to get the mount that allows you to run around in the Maw without having to just foot it. So if you're not a druid enjoying the travel form and you're just walking around there super slow, this is your chance again. Tuesday to Friday, get out there, kill that. Hopefully you get the mount, or the long way, go in Torgath and climb up 150 some flights and maybe get it that way. Or
The shortest way is just don't go to the mall.
there we go. Hack's advice of the day: just stay out of the Maw. There's nothing out there for you. Don't worry about the sockets. Don't worry about the extra contents you can get from the Stygia. Just stay out of there. Yeah, we'll just leave it at there. Just stay out of there. All right. Let's jump over to the world events. Let Merlock take it from here on what's going on with the world events here coming up, or what's just finishing up.
All right, so what is just finishing up, first off, is going to be the Love is in the Air event. That ends at 10 a.m. on Monday the 22nd. So if you have any charms to turn in so that you can get those toys, so that you can get those, there's a mount, there's a couple of different toys, and I am actually personally grinding for the 270 charm toy right now, which is a boat. I don't really think I'm ever going to use that, but I'm grinding for it right now. And then after that, the time walking event ends on Tuesday. So you've got, with the time walking event, you've got the Yule Daughter of Jade mount for 5,000 badges. That's the bright glowing green dragon. And then you've got the Infinite Hatchling and the Paradox Spirit for 2,200 badges each. Again, if you really grind it out the whole time, you can actually get like some of the toys and stuff, but usually the mounts are going to take you a couple of weeks of time walking to be able to farm up those badges. And then for the things that are in the more attainable range, you've got the portable yak wash for 500 badges and the adopted puppy crate for 1,000 badges for collectors this week. And of course, if you don't care about any of that stuff, you've got all those toys already. If you have any Mists of Pandaria reputation items to get, you can definitely pick those up. They are available, I think, for 50 badges each. It'll give you 300 rep unless you have the commendation, which you get at the revered level that will add on an additional, I think, 50% bonus for once you hit revered to help you get through that last leg. And that bonus from the reputation commendation does apply to the badges, so you can actually buy one and get more rep in that final stretch through revered. That's how I finished up Operation Stonewall this past week. It was the last rep that I had to get to Exalted.
All right.
And that's it. That's everything that's going on with events this week.
Good deal. So I guess, Moose, we'll go with you. Did you do anything with this Love Rocket thing that's just wrapping up? Did you get out there and do anything with that?
Not at all.
No, didn't attempt to get the Love Rocket or do any of the world quests for the Valentine's Day stuff?
Nah, so I have the touring rocket, the X-52 touring rocket that you get from Recruit a Friend or
Recruit a Friend, yeah.
Yeah. So I have the 2-seater rocket already, and I was just like, I don't care about a 1-seater rocket. Other
Don't
than
need a pink
the
one.
memes. Yeah. Big red love rocket.
Right. What about you there, Hakkd? You get into this event at all?
No, I don't really care about mounts. Like, there's a couple cool ones. The only mount I really ever go for is arena mounts.
Right. Pushing for that Glad one out there. The Glad one this tier is pretty sick.
Yeah, I wish.
So, normally I stay away from all this stuff, but since we started doing the podcast and we talked about it, I attempted to try and get this big love rocket. And talking to Mist, he said you basically have to have characters above level 50. So
I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it in the past where, I take all my 8 characters at the time and go do the Headless Horseman and the Valentine's Day and all that, but my luck is shit, dude. I'm never gonna get that. I'm never gonna get one of those. So,
well,
Yeah, it's like a less than 1% drop rate out of those things.
yeah, it's not good at all. So I started doing it with like every tune I could get into SFK with, and that was 23 characters. So first week was a grind. 23 characters went through, and then halfway through it, Mist pointed out that they've got to be level 50 or more. So this last week, I switched it and started doing just the 16 characters I have. I don't have the mounts yet. I spent so much damn time, I didn't get the mounts, so I may not go back to these world events trying to chase the carrot there. Because I've just got bags full of like candies and charms and these fake chocolates that are just like wasting all this bag space now. Like my bags in these alts look like healed death bags, just a mess, like just a hoarder's bag.
That's what ends up happening. It's like, but like for this mount and for the headless horseman mount, like since it's only one time a year and it's a really low drop chance rate. Like I had a friend who has been playing WoW since vanilla, and she just barely got the headless horseman mount to drop last year. So it took forever to get that mount, and the people that get that big love rocket, that is an extremely low drop rate. Takes a lot of luck to get it.
if I thought it looked cooler, I might try for it. Headless Horseman mount, I actually would like to have.
Yeah, I got that one. I was doing the Headless Horseman since whenever it became a thing. Was it Burning Crusades, or maybe it was in vanilla? I don't remember, but I think I got my Headless Horseman finally in Legion or Warlords, and I was doing it every year, like multiple days in a row. So yeah, it was a grind, but I got it.
Nice. So is that the mount you use in the daily now?
Nah, I use the Grove Warden usually just because it's a moose, and
Oh, fair.
tying to the aesthetic.
Right, and that was the AOTC mount back in WoD, right? From those.
I always get this wrong. Hakkd always corrects me. I think it was the
Arkham.
Cutting Edge. Was it Archimond? Or
It was AOTC Arkham.
Siege? Okay.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, and then so I guess we're just wrapping up time walking here this week. Did you guys go through and do all 5, or was it 4, 5? 5 dungeons, right,
5.
for the weekly? Merlock, did you knock those out?
I did, yeah.
And I guess worth it, not worth it? What is your perspective on it, or you just did it because it was there?
I did it because it was there. I was more or less doing it just to do it. All I really do the time walking for now is just to get the badges. That's it. And I want the chance at that infinite time reaver mount, which still eludes me. I still have not been able to get it, and I have hundreds and hundreds of attempts to get it.
All right, chasing that mount there, huh?
Yep.
That's a cool one. I really like that one.
Well, so normally, like, Merlock's kind of brought this other side of the game out for me, where normally it was like, all right, time walking's up this week, 5 dungeons for a 200 piece. That's what normal raid quality. So it was like, man, I don't know if that time sink is worth it, and I still don't think it's worth it because the dungeon loot that drops there, I think, is normal quality also. So it's just the gear side of things. It's not there for me to spend the potentially 2.5 hours or whatever it's going to take to knock those out. I guess, Hakkd, did you go through and do any time walking this week?
No. Pretty sure I didn't have any characters at the time that could use it. But even, like, I have my fresh monk. I suppose I could have done it, but I'll just gear up their PvP.
Right.
So it's nothing where I can just walk to 1600 and then be full 213 in 2 weeks. So
Well, there
not
you
really
go.
worth it.
Right. What about you there, Moose? Did you step foot in the dungeon?
No. It's on my to-do list, though.
All right, so we got 2 more days. Moose is going to hopefully check that box. I did 1 dungeon, decided, nope, I'm out. I'm not going to do this. So this week's upcoming event is going to be Arena Skirms. So we're going to have that 50% increase to honor gains. Probably going to be weekly quests, like 10 or so, probably wins, get conquest, get honor, what have you. I guess, Merlock, are you going to be jumping into the PvP side of things with this weekly event, or where are you sitting from this new weekly event coming up?
I always try to do the arena skirmishes because I know I'm not going to mess up somebody's rating by going in and doing skirmishes. So that one's not too bad for me. But woe unto the person who takes me into actual rated events.
All right, and I guess what about you there, Moose? You're going to knock this out for sure, right? 'Cause you're not a PvP guy.
Probably. I usually do it until I get frustrated with it, and then because you see some really wonky stuff in skirmishes that doesn't make sense, and then it kind of works out for you, or it doesn't work out. So we'll see. Hopefully.
So you're not excited to run into that triple Boomkin Kavoke comp that's going to be just sneaking around in the skirms there?
Yeah. Or I get queued up with I'm on my mage and I get queued up with like 2 enhancement shaman, and it's like, well, this is a comp, I guess, guys. Let's do it.
I don't think if you solo queue and you get put into 3s, I think it'll always be a healer.
Yeah.
There you go. So you'll get that Holy Priest, Prot Warrior, one of those comps. So
Yeah.
Hey, Holy Priest is good with Fire Mage.
Yeah,
Really?
we need something worse. I need like a Mistweaver monk.
There
Maybe
you
a monk with my mage.
Hmm.
Throw something else in there that's broken.
So you say Holy Priest is good with Fire Mage. What's not good with Fire Mage? I'll wait.
And that's the list.
Shaman is probably the only thing. Even that, I'm sure you can make it work. For 2s, at least, like, Disc isn't very good with Fire Mage, because you need something that has access to a stun. So Resto Druid works pretty well. Holy Priest works really well.
Another fire mage works pretty well, as we found out.
Another Fire Mage works pretty good. Obviously a Rogue, stun lock for the goes, but yeah, Fire Mage really excels if somebody can stun for them on their on the burst.
Right. So even with I guess the priest having the fear is not going to be enough to do that. You need an actual hard stun.
No. Yeah,
Holy
because Holy
Paladin
has
works out really
access
well.
to that chastise,
Okay.
which is super nice.
All right. So I guess let's jump into PvP while we're on this topic then. So this week we had Might doing their first RBGs night this tier, I believe. I guess Merlock, you got in on a couple of those, right? How was your thought? I think it was your first time going in this realm, right?
No, it's not my first time doing the rated battlegrounds, but it was actually I think my first time being able to make an actual event where it was all guildies, and I gotta say, like, we did really, really well in there. I thought, in the events that we were doing, we worked well together, and a lot better than a lot of the other battlegrounds that I run that aren't rated with pug groups. So it's a lot of fun to do it with the guild because I think we just have that synergy already.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice, another bonding night with the guild. So I guess Moose, you were you in there for all 6? I believe you did, or how many did you guys do?
I was in there for most of it. I think they ran one more after I got off, but I was there for all of them almost.
I don't think so.
Oh, y'all didn't run another one? I got off at 11 o'clock.
I think so. We did the 6. I thought you were there for all of them.
Okay, that might have been.
All right, so there was 6 total, right, that you guys did then?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and you guys
6
went
total, went 4 and 2.
4 and 2. Okay, and then so leading the damage was a Boomkin, and then I guess from what I heard, Moose was second in damage compared to a Boomkin. Like, I think this has become a meme now in the guild.
Well, what you need is a better Fire Mage in there to stop the Boomkin. That's what happened.
All right, so it wasn't what Hack's, I guess, trying to say. It wasn't the class where Boomkin's better than Fire Mage. It was the player of the Fire Mage wasn't as good as the Boomkin.
Is that what we're saying?
That's what we're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Or, I guess, because I've ran a few as Boomkin, I'm assuming the reason that Boomkin was top because they were just padding the meters with Starfall instead of using the missile. Like,
Or even just pressing Convoke and it pops a Starfall for you
fair.
on every team fight.
All right, so we got. Is this gonna be an every Thursday thing, or what's going on with that?
Scrumpy is gonna try to do as much as possible, but I think he is still on the edge about doing it every Thursday. He just doesn't want to hard commit another night for everybody throughout the week. We've already got Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday that is committed for guild raiding. Albeit, Tuesday is obviously super optional.
Okay.
I think he's just trying to be careful there not to overbook.
All right, so keep an eye out. Thursday nights, you may see Might out there on the Alliance side, just wrecking some people in PvP. Might Horde does it on Saturdays, I believe, like 7, 8 Central Time, and I think they've still got a few slots they pug, so if you guys are Horde, looking for kind of a good group to get in with, Might Horde is recruiting on Saturdays for their RBGs and just, I guess, recruiting in general. I think Might Alliance is always recruiting for the right individuals, as long as, I guess, Hack gives them his stamp of approval. Is that fair?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're not ever like recruiting, but we'll always, accept new friends and new people to play with, right?
Fair. Unless you play Fire Mage, because then you got to compete with these two at the top of the screen
Oh
here.
no, yeah, please, more Fire Mages. Yeah,
All right, never mind. So they want more Fire Mages, so.
So kind
That
of
way
funny
I can be
story
number
on that.
one out of more than just me and some other garbage mage.
It's funny because my parses went up significantly once Hack started using
Once I
his Fire
started-
Mage because I started caring a lot more about being
Lit the
actually
fire up
good.
under his ass, baby.
Yeah, like my parses jumped like 20 or 30% just from the fact that I had to be better than him, which I am. So it's easy.
Which you weren't.
We can check the logs, buddies. No problem.
Yeah. I think you beat me on one fight out of like 4.
And then
So
you
good-
went
good
back
job
to your
on that.
paladin because you couldn't hang anymore. You're like, oh, the Stone Legion's too hard. Let me get over here to my paladin where I can AFK.
All I know is that my low damage output is just there to make both of these guys look better.
We appreciate it.
He's bringing the curve, so.
That's right.
All right, so I guess let's talk arena real quick. What are you at in your arena there, Hacked? I think there was some talk 1800, or where are we at?
Not 1800,
How close are we?
as details would tell everybody. Not 1800. No, the bracket is super inflated right now. Where I think what was it? In twos, top 30% is like 1560, and top 10% is 1780 or something. So top 10% in twos for NA isn't even 1800. And then threes is a little bit past that, but still pretty bad. Where like top 10% is barely 1800. Top 30% is 1600. So I'm in the top 30%.
There we go, there we go. All right, I guess, Moose, you pushing arena, or how are you sitting on the arena side of things?
I'm always down to go into arenas, but I don't have like a dedicated team of people that I play with. At the beginning, I think I was running with Ataro and maybe Scrumpy for a bit on his priest, but I haven't seen Ataro switch over to his warrior, so that comp kind of died.
Warrior
Oh,
Mage is
okay.
good though.
Yeah.
Me, Scrumpy, and Ataro have actually been playing a lot of Warrior Mage Priest. I think Scrumpy's given up on his Priest though.
Yeah,
So-
so Scrump Fu is max level now.
Is he gonna be pushing heals or just Punch Monk? What's his plan there?
He does plan on getting Mistweaver set up and ready to go, which I'm doing as well because just have it as an option. It's already getting some buffs going into 905, and I'm waiting for those big buffs to come in so I can have it ready and start slaying.
All right, and then Merlock. So you said you're gonna hop into scrims. Have you been doing any, I guess, ranked arena or?
I did a little bit. I didn't do very well, so I can't remember who it was. It might have been Scrumpy that I went with, and I didn't want to mess up his rating any more than I already did. So we tried it for a little bit, and that was it. He was like, I need to go."
It's like my power
Well,
went out.
I don't care about my ratings. We could always go in and fuck around.
Well, there we go.
I do need to get better at it.
Let's put that as a takeaway. Let's see how far Merlock and Hack can climb this week in rated this week. So put down the comments below. Like, predict what you think they'll end with, and we'll see where we're at next week. So let's fill that chat up this week and the YouTube, and we'll see where you land, where they end, and we'll follow up as a nice takeaway to next week.
You better have a strong back, man. That's all I'm gonna say. You better
We'll
have a
get
strong back.
1600. We'll get you up there.
All right.
All right, and let's loop back around here to world events coming up. We've got one of those. What do they call it, Merlock? Like a one-day event, two-day event.
Micro holidays, that's right. Yeah, there's a micro holiday coming up on the 23rd, which is the Catching Up the Hippogriffs event. It takes place in Feralis. You can go there and you can go to there's these little nests that you can actually click on. I believe it's in the Frey Feather Highlands part of Feralis. And there's no permanent stuff. There's nothing really that you can do in this event except for to get the hippogriff, and then the hippogriff will ride around with you for one day if you go there and then you get the hippogriff on your head or on your shoulder. I can't remember where I purchased, and then you kill this elite that drops a spectral feather, then you can actually keep the hippogriff with you for an entire week, and it just does random emotes at you the whole time that you're wearing it. And it persists through death. So the only way to get rid of it, once it starts annoying you, is to click the buff off.
It's just a nice little flavor thing for the week.
Yeah. It's a cool thing to go do. They added a lot of these micro holidays in, and you'll still see people that'll go out to Feralis and pick up that buff, just for the fun of it.
All right, good deal. Just something different to do this week if you're just on your 74th lap of Orbis. Go out to the fair list, get this thing for a week. So,
Yep.
74 is a pretty low number.
right? Well, it's not like 79 push-ups or pull-ups or whatever you want to go on that side of things. So,
75 pull-ups, baby.
right. So,
Easy.
fair. All right. What other topics do we want to discuss, boys? We got anything else we want to run through? I guess Hackd, Reese, anything else you want to discuss?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. What about you there, Moose?
Nah, I think I'm pretty good. We've been enjoying some Final Fantasy.
All right. And what about you there, Merlock? You good for the week?
I am good for the week. It looks like in chat, Yuz is asking if we're going to talk about BlizzCon. So you might want to add in your notes on what we're going to be doing to talk about BlizzCon.
Yep, exactly. So BlizzCon, huge. Like, there's so many videos to go back through and stuff like that we weren't going to have the time to go through and compile everything for this week's podcast. So what we're going to try and do is get through those videos, kind of catch up on everything that happened at BlizzCon, and do like a special drop this week on YouTube, or maybe in live on Twitch, on kind of a BlizzCon recap from the Morning Wood guys, see what our thoughts were, and kind of give you guys our perspective on it. So watch for that to come out this week sometime. I guess on that note, we'll kind of, wrap things up here. Hackd, if you want to kind of give some people how they can find you, or kind of give the forewarning yourself there?
I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna get back into streaming. But when I do, if I do, it'll be Hakkd 13, HAKKD 13 at twitch.tv. And you can just find me in my Discord and in game as Hakkd.
All right, and then we'll put his Twitch in the comments below too in the video when we post it. Again, his is twitch.tv/Hakkd13, I believe, right?
Yep.
All right, and then Mr. Moose, what about yourself?
You can find me twitch.tv/MR_M0005E. So Mr. Moose. I'm on Twitter at the same at MR_M0005E. And yeah, on Discord.
All right, and then we'll put those in the description. Merlock, you want to give your rundown?
Yep, you can find me at Merlock_Holmes at twitch.tv. And also, you can check out my pet battle video channel, which is under Black Mesa Gaming on YouTube. Altogether, Black Mesa Gaming.
Right, yeah, there you go. If you're looking for pet battle stuff, he is your pet battle expert. We'll have all his stuff below in the description also. Again, LynkzTV here. You can catch us every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Central Time for the Morning Wood. And then I'll be live streaming Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 to 10 Central Time. Mostly Might rating, but there's some other stuff in there in between. Again, watch for the drop this week. We'll see if we can get that BlizzCon video out. I want to appreciate everybody waking up with some morning wood today on this bright Sunday. We will talk to you guys sometime next week.